All right, so two of my favorite places in the whole world to be. I'm sure a lot of you agree. In the fall time, I love being in the mountains and on a trail. I love hiking. I love looking at the foliage. I love the coolness in the air. But this is summertime, so one of my favorite places to be is the beach, the ocean, the sand, the sun, the fun. I love it. And what better way to capture that summer spirit than talking about 10 stunning fragrances that remind you of the beach. Let's go. Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're brand new to the channel, my name is Scott Aromatico, and today we're going to be talking about 10 fantastic, amazing, stunning fragrances that remind you of the beach. Let's go ahead and dive right in. The first fragrance I want to talk about is from an indie niche house. This is from master perfumer Richard Herpon, and this company is called Precious Liquids, and in particular, this one is called Blue Agave. This composition has a beautiful citrusy lime note that just jumps right out of the gate, really hits you in the nose, and it smells absolutely stunning. And just to be honest with you and let you in, I love the lime note. Then as this fragrance starts to develop, it warms up on your skin, but you start to get that dry, earthy, woody sensation coming from the driftwood. And then there's a little bit of saltiness in this as well. And then I don't know how they managed to do it. You almost get this very eucalyptus type feel in this, very cooling, but yet also has this warming sensation as well. This is an absolute masterpiece. It's stunning, it's addictive. I love this fragrance. It just really reminds me, I say this every time, but it just reminds me of the ocean splashing up against the rocks, crashing down and falling all over you and just refreshing you and cooling you in that warm sun. This fragrance right here is amazing. It's a light, airy, fresh fragrance, so there's not a lot of projection. I get about an arm's length, and this fragrance lasts about 6 hours on my skin. But guys, stay tuned to Precious Liquids because big things are coming, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. This fragrance right here is one of the best on the market if you're looking for something fresh and aquatic that smells like the ocean. Absolutely intoxicating and extremely unisex in my opinion. Fun, flirty vibes. Definitely check this fragrance out. All right, next fragrance on the list. To me, this is the fragrance that started it all. This is one of Alberto Morillas' masterpieces. Of course, I'm talking about Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gio. This came out in the mid-90s, and this fragrance launched 1,000 fragrances that smell like the beach. It is one of the #1 best-selling fragrances in the world, and it's got that unusual Cologne note that just reminds you of a fresh ocean breeze. Absolutely stunning. There's so much going on with this fragrance to talk about. You've got citrus on the top, lemon and lime. You've got those C notes, and like I said, you definitely have that Cologne note that just revolutionized the industry, and everybody wanted that fresh sea breeze fragrance. And this one right here definitely did the job. And now we have all kinds of fresh aquatic fragrances. But this one right here is absolutely a stunner. And to me, it still plays today. We've already got an Eau de Parfum flanker out, and very shortly we're going to be getting a Parfume. So I'm curious to think which one you think is going to be the best out of the line. As of right now, I still love this one. Of course, we have Acqua di Gio Profumo that everybody loves that they're discontinuing, but I stand behind the OG. It's one of my favorites. It's fun, it's flirty, it's playful, and you can wear it all year round. As far as longevity, I get about 6 hours on my skin, and it projects at about an arm's length, but it's still an amazing fragrance and one that you definitely should have in your collection if you want to smell like the ocean. Next fragrance on the list, we are talking about none other than Maison Margiela Replica. This one is called Sailing Day. I love this one. It is, to me, this is a richer version, a more expensive version, a more luxurious version of Nautica Voyage. It just smells so good, and there's so many things going on in this fragrance that just remind you of the sea. In Sailing Day, you've got a bunch of aquatic sea notes. You've got a seaweed accord, ambergris, warm amberwood, and then of course you've got some fresh aldehydes in here. You know, aldehydes kind of just basically remind you of fresh, clean laundry, so to speak. It's just got a fresh cleanliness to this fragrance, and mixed with all those aquatic notes and the saltiness. This fragrance is so vibrant and so fresh. Again, I get about 6 to 7 hours on my skin, no more than an arm's length, but it's just another fun, fresh fragrance that just reminds you of the ocean. I love this fragrance. Definitely worth having in the collection. If you're looking for a niche, for a beginner niche fragrance, start with the Maison Margiela line. replica is so good, and it, you know, you can probably find these on discounters for under $100. Definitely worth a look. Next fragrance I'm going to talk about is a fragrance that came out last year. I just recently purchased this. It's one of my favorite designer fragrances right now. I'm wearing this a whole bunch. This is from John Varvatos. This is called Artisan Teal. Love this one. There's so much citrus on the top when you first spray this one. You've got that unusual water lily note that's kind of fresh and soft. And then you pick up a lot of the sea salt in this one. There's a driftwood note. Again, it's dry, woody, and salty. And on my nose, I pick up a little bit of Ambroxan. To me, this is very similar to, you know, maybe like a Dylan Blue, so to speak, in that same vein. You know, very sweet, very fresh. You know, definitely can wear this all year round, in my opinion. It's very versatile. But to me, this just smells like a warm, beautiful summer day at the beach. And then you can hear the seagulls in the distance already. I am definitely jonesing to go to the beach. What are some of your favorite places to go to the beach? Now, do any of you live by the ocean, or do you like just going to the lake and hanging out? Maybe you don't get to go to the ocean. One of my favorite places is going to Charleston. It is my favorite beach summer destination. I'd love to hear where a lot of you like going to the beach. Maybe some of you go to the Florida beaches, or you go up to the beach in New York. Wherever the case may be, let me know. Comment down below what is some of your favorite beaches that you've been to. All right, guys, here we go. You're looking for a fragrance that's transportive, that takes you to another time and place. Look no further than this one by the Bubble Collection. This one is called Santorini. When I smelled this fragrance, immediately I was transported all the way across the world to the Mediterranean, where you see those sun-soaked volcanic rocks that are carved on the side of the cliff that seem like you don't know where they begin and where they end. They're just beautiful houses. All those houses are carved into the side of a cliff and volcanic rock. They're sun-soaked, beautiful and white with those blue domes. Man, it's a place that I see in my dreams, and this fragrance right here definitely invokes that one. Absolutely gorgeous. What you get with Santorini is you just get a lot of citrus right off the top. You get that seawater note. There's some dry woodiness coming from the cedar, very musky. As the fragrance starts to develop, you pick up that amber, and it really just starts to warm up. I love this fragrance. I love this house. If you're looking for fresh, light and airy fragrances, look no further than Santorini. This will really transport you to that beautiful beach all the way across the world in those blue Mediterranean waters. It's just so fresh. Probably one of the #1 fragrances to remind you of the beach. It's a shame that this one is discontinued. It's one of my all-time favorites. Man, I hate it when they discontinue good fragrances. What are some of your favorite discontinued fragrances that you just wish they leave alone, right? I know Acqua di Gio Profumo is one of them, but this one right here by Bulgari is Aqua Atlantique. Why, oh why, oh why did they have to get rid of this fragrance? It is so good. To me, this kind of reminds me of a Dylan Blue as well, with some aquatic notes. Just so fresh and sweet. I love the watery notes in here. You know, you definitely pick up that sea salt in this. There's some of that fresh, clean, sweet ambergris, a little bit of fruitiness coming from the apple, and then it just kind of warms up as it starts to dry down. But I love this fragrance. I love the presentation. I love how the atomizer is built in. Really, really cool. Yeah, just so fresh, clean, sweet, salty. This really does, oh, I love the way that smells. It really does remind you of a nice summer day out at the sea. And again, I'm definitely picking up those Dylan Blue vibes, you know, with that sweetness coming from the vanilla and those sea salt notes. But this one is so good. And, you know, I could have included Dylan Note on this list. There's so many I could have included. I'm definitely going to miss probably a lot of your favorites. That's why I want you to take the time to comment down below whether you're some of your favorite fragrances that remind you of a day at the beach. All right, guys, as we start to wind down, Pacific Rock Moss. Wow. Love, love, love this fragrance. It's so refreshing and so clean. It just has this beautiful, beautiful, addictive, clean, aquatic, fresh scent with this fragrance. I get about 6 to 8 hours on my skin, no more than an arm's length, but it's just something so fresh and addicting about this fragrance. When you spray it, you'll really, really pick that up. It's also got this very nice, cooling, refreshing vibe about it that just smells so good. It's very, very mineral in nature to my nose, something very mineral about it. Maybe that's coming from the moss, I'm not sure, but it's just so fresh and clean and cooling and addictive. You got to experience it to know what I'm talking about. What are some of your favorite fragrances by Goldfield and Banks? I know they make a lot of summer bangers, And this one right here is so good. I love Bohemian Lime as well, but if you're looking for a fragrance to remind you of an Australian sun-soaked day at the beach, try Pacific Rock Moss. I can almost see all the kids out at sea on their surfboards getting ready to catch a wave with this fragrance. All right, next fragrance I want to talk about. This one is so good. I love it. It's one of my favorite designer fragrances. This one is called Invictus Aqua. It's so youthful, it's so fresh. It's got that grapefruit opening that's just so sweet and fun and flirty. It's got all kinds of aquatic notes, a little bit salty, a little bit woody. One of my favorite fragrances. I get about 6 hours on my skin with this fragrance. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely fun and flirty. Just a fantastic fragrance to have. And like I said, it is just so playful and fun to wear this time of year and very refreshing. One of my favorites to have. Definitely reminds me of a day at the beach. All right, here's a fragrance that's a little bit on the unusual side. This one is from the House of Zoologist. If you're brand new to the channel, you gotta check out the Fragrance House Zoologist. They're just so unusual. They're making award-winning fragrances over there. And this fragrance I'm talking about right here, look at this presentation. If this doesn't remind you of the beach, nothing else will. This one right here is called Seahorse. This fragrance is so unusual in every way, shape, and form. I love how fresh and aquatic it is, but then it's just got those unusual algae notes. And there's just something about it that's just so clean, so briny. And then you have that sweetness and that just beautiful, cool ambergris note mixing with that algae note. Absolutely amazing. They really captured it. There's also something very mineral about this as well that I absolutely like. Just fresh and cool. And this one actually calms me down. It's just very refreshing and definitely reminds me of a day at the beach, especially when you come out of the water and you still got that scent on your skin along with the suntan lotion and the salt. You really kind of get that vibe with this fragrance. I absolutely love it. All right, guys, last but not least, coming in at number 10, an amazing fragrance. You can find these at some of the discount stores. You can find it on discounters online. The box stores carry this if you're lucky. This one right here, absolutely gorgeous, Missoni Wave. Man, you can find this under 50 bucks at the box stores if you keep looking, do your research. I picked this one up for around 55 bucks online. It smells so fresh and so clean. And like I said, for the price, you can't beat this fragrance because you've got that soothing, clean lavender, lots and lots of fresh citrus, and of course those C notes. This one is just absolutely intoxicating. You're going to feel refreshed when you wear this fragrance. I get about 6 hours on my skin. This fragrance lasts about 6 to 8 hours on my skin, and it projects at about an arm's length. It's absolutely amazing for a warm, hot summer day at the ocean. All right, there you have it. Those are my 10 fragrances that remind me of an amazing, relaxing day at the beach. What are some of your 10? Leave a comment down below. If you got any value from this video whatsoever, please leave a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and those bell notifications off to the side. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. This is Scott Aromatico, out.